Everywhere's America. Everywhere used to be our country. Not one of us ever escaped.
Alexandra Dutton has reached her lowest point yet. And just when we think things can't get any worse, episode 6 is about to push her even further to the edge. We've watched her fight to survive, endure unbearable hardships, and cling to the smallest hopes of reuniting with Spencer, but now that hope is slipping through her fingers. The upcoming episode is set to be one of the darkest, yet forcing Alexandra into a situation where she has no control, no escape, and no one to turn to. But she's not the only one suffering. Teonna is done running, and the battle she's about to fight will change everything. With Spencer finally nearing Montana and a war brewing on the horizon, episode 6 will be nothing short of explosive. But the real question is, who will survive what's coming? Let's dive in. Alexandra has already been through hell, but episode 6 is about to test her in ways we never imagined. After being imprisoned for defending herself, she found an unlikely ally in the British family. But if you think that means she's safe now, think again. Because when they find out she's pregnant, everything changes. The same people who offered her food and shelter are about to become her biggest threat. They don't see Alexandra as a mother to be fighting for her life. They see a young woman who is too weak, too desperate, and too vulnerable to fight back. And they will use that against her. They believe that a child born into their wealthy, powerful family doesn't belong in Montana. They will try to take her baby using Alexandra's lack of money resources and protection as leverage to trap her. And since winter has made travel nearly impossible, she has nowhere to go. Now, let's take a step back and really think about what this means. Alexandra's entire journey has been about survival. She left behind a life of privilege to be with Spencer, believing that love would be enough to keep her strong. But love doesn't feed you. It doesn't stop the pain of walking for miles with bleeding feet. It doesn't protect you from cruel men who see you as nothing more than an object. Alexandra has had to learn the hard way that the world is not kind to women like her, women who fight back. And now she's at a breaking point. The British family will make it clear that if she wants safety, she has to stay. If she wants food, she has to obey. If she wants her child to have a future, she has to give up everything she's been fighting for. And for the first time, Alexandra might actually believe them. We've seen her resilience. We've seen her defy the odds. But even the strongest people can only take so much. And in episode 6, we will see Alexandra face a moment of complete and utter despair. She will begin to believe that there is no way out, that she is doomed to a life she never wanted, that she will never see Spencer again. And that thought alone will drive her to the edge, so much so that she will contemplate ending it all. But here's the thing. Alexandra is not weak. She has suffered, she has been broken, but she is still standing. And if there's one thing we know about her, it's that she doesn't give up easily. So, the real question is, will this be the moment she finally fights back? Or will she let the world break her completely? One thing is for sure. In episode 6, Alexandra's fate will be decided. And whatever happens next, there will be no turning back. If Alexandra's journey is a test of endurance, then Teonna's story is a battle for survival. For too long, we've watched her run. From the church, from Father Renaud, from the endless cycle of cruelty that tried to strip her of everything she was. But episode 6 will mark a turning point. Because now she's done running. Now it's time for vengeance. At the end of episode 4, we saw the horrifying truth. Pete is dead, killed in cold blood by Father Renaud, the man who has been hunting Teonna since the moment she escaped. We always knew Renaud wouldn't stop searching for her, but the sheer brutality of Pete's murder proved just how far he is willing to go. This isn't about bringing Teonna back anymore. This is about erasing her entirely. In episode 6, Mamie Fawcett will be the one to uncover Pete's body. And this is where everything changes. Mamie, who has been on the sidelines for too long, will finally step into action. She will put the pieces together, realizing that Renaud is responsible. And when she finds Teonna and her father, she will be the one to deliver the devastating news. Imagine what this will do to Teonna. She already lost her mother in the most brutal way imaginable. She already lost her childhood, her freedom, and any chance at a peaceful life. Pete was one of the few things keeping her hopeful. He was proof that love could still exist in a world that had taken everything from her. And now, he's gone. This moment will break Teonna completely. but it will also give her clarity, because now she knows that no matter how far she runs, Father Renaud will always find her. He will always be hunting her. And there's only one way to stop him. She has to kill him. Teonna's decision to fight back is not just about revenge, it's about survival. It's about ensuring that no other girl will suffer what she suffered. It's about taking control of her own fate instead of letting it be dictated by monsters. Her father will try to stop her. He will beg her to keep running. But Teonna knows the truth. There is no more running. What's coming will be bloody violent and deeply personal. Teonna has been backed into a corner for too long, and now she's coming out swinging. And let's be honest, Renaud deserves everything that's coming to him. But here's the real question. Will Teonna succeed? Because let's not forget, Renaud is not alone. He has power. He has men on his side. If Teonna fails, she won't just be caught, she'll be killed. This is the most dangerous decision she's ever made, and the odds are stacked against her. Episode 6 is about to deliver one of the most intense confrontations of the season, and no matter the outcome, one thing is clear: Teonna's story will never be the same after this. The hunt is over. Now it's war. While Alexandra is trapped in a nightmare and Teonna prepares for war, Spencer is still fighting his own battle to get home. His journey has been nothing short of exhausting, and just when it seemed like he was finally nearing the finish line, Episode 6 will throw one last devastating obstacle in his way. Since the beginning of this season, Spencer's story has been about one thing: getting back to Montana. He's fought his way across the world, facing the dangers of the sea betrayal and the sheer impossibility of the journey ahead. And now he's so close. But Montana is not the place he left behind, and his return is not going to be the homecoming he imagined. The most chilling part? The Marshal of Montana has already warned Spencer not to come back. He made it clear, if Spencer sets foot in the state, war will follow. And yet, Spencer doesn't care. He knows his family needs him. He knows that staying away is no longer an option. But what he doesn't know is that every step he takes closer to home is pushing him straight into the heart of a battlefield. On his final train ride, Spencer will come across a woman in desperate need of food. And this is where things take a dark turn. Because what Alexandra has suffered, starvation, exploitation, and being seen as nothing more than an object, will now be mirrored in Spencer's journey. We will see firsthand how the world treats those who are powerless. We will see Spencer, a man who has always been strong, realize just how brutal the world has become in his absence. And when he tries to help this woman, he will learn a painful truth. Sometimes, no matter how much you fight, you cannot save everyone. This moment will be a brutal wake-up call. Spencer is still the same man who once believed in justice, in fairness, in doing the right thing. But Montana is no longer a place where those things exist. The corruption, the hunger, the violence, it's everywhere, and it's worse than he ever imagined. And here's the biggest twist. While Spencer is trying to help a stranger, he has no idea that Alexandra is going through the exact same suffering at that very moment. The parallel between their stories will be undeniable. They are fighting the same fight. They are both desperate, hungry, and surrounded by people who want to take advantage of them. But the difference? Spencer still has a chance to get out. Alexandra doesn't. By the end of this episode, Spencer will finally reach Montana. But what kind of home will he be returning to? Will he even recognize the world he left behind? And most importantly, when he finds out what Alexandra has endured to reunite with him, will he even be able to forgive himself for not getting to her sooner? One thing is for sure, Episode 6 will mark the beginning of Spencer's true battle. Because surviving the journey was one thing, but what's waiting for him in Montana? That's something far worse. And the worst part? He doesn't even see it coming. While Alexandra fights for survival, Teonna takes a stand, and Spencer races toward home. The Duttons are unknowingly sitting on a ticking time bomb. Episode 6 will be the moment where everything shifts, where the quiet tension that has been building since the beginning of the season finally explodes into all-out war. But the real question is, will the Duttons be ready when the storm hits? Up until now, Jacob and Cara Dutton have been holding on to a fragile sense of control. They know that enemies are circling them, but they still believe they have the power to keep their land and their legacy intact. However, what they don't realize is that Banner Creighton has been planning something far bigger than they ever imagined. In episode 6, we will see Banner make his final move. With Donald Whitfield pulling the strings from behind the scenes, Banner will begin assembling an army, a force that is not just coming for the Duttons, but for everything they own. We already saw a glimpse of this in the last episode when Banner disposed of the worker's body without a second thought, proving that he has fully embraced his new role as a ruthless, power-hungry warlord. But now, he's taking things one step further. He is no longer just a threat. He is the executioner, and the Duttons are in his sights. The worst part? The Duttons are about to receive news that will give them a false sense of hope. Spencer is on his way home. And for the first time in a long time, they will feel like they have a chance to win. Because let's be honest, Spencer is the only one truly capable of going toe-to-toe with men like Banner and Whitfield. His presence alone changes the entire dynamic of this war. But here's where things get even more dangerous. Because while Jacob and Kara are preparing for Spencer's return, they won't realize just how little time they actually have left. Banner's forces are moving quickly, and by the time Spencer arrives, the battle may have already begun. We all know how brutal Banner can be, and if he sees the Duttons gaining hope, he will do what he does best: rip that hope away from them in the most brutal way possible. So, the question remains, will Spencer arrive in time to make a difference, or will he return to a Montana that has already been lost? One thing is clear. Episode 6 is about to change everything for the Dutton family, because this is no longer a slow war being fought with small, strategic moves. This is an open battlefield now, and the Duttons are about to find out that they may not be as prepared as they think they are. The real war for Montana begins now. If we thought Alexandra had suffered enough, Episode 6 is about to prove us wrong, because the nightmare she's living through isn't over yet. In fact, it's about to reach its most terrifying moment. At the end of episode 5, we saw Alexandra finding brief comfort with the British family who offered her shelter. For a fleeting moment, it seemed like she had finally found a safe place to rest. But as we all know, peace never lasts long in this world. And in episode 6, Alexandra will face the most devastating betrayal yet. Her secret is out. The British family will discover that she is pregnant. And instead of helping her reach Spencer, they will see this as an opportunity. In their eyes, Alexandra is too weak, too desperate, too alone to fight back, and they will make a choice that is more horrifying than anything she's faced before. They will try to take her child from her. For Alexandra, this is the final straw. She has endured starvation, humiliation, assault, and imprisonment, all in the name of survival. She has fought through every unimaginable hardship just to make it to Spencer. But now, the very last thing she has left, her child, is at risk of being stolen. And it will break her. This is where we will see Alexandra pushed beyond her limits, because for the first time, she will begin to believe that there is no way out, that no matter how hard she fights, the world will always find a way to take everything from her. And this will lead her to an unthinkable moment. She will contemplate ending her own life. This will be one of the darkest, most heartbreaking scenes in the entire Yellowstone universe. We have seen Alexandra fight through so much, but now, for the first time, she will be at the edge of complete despair. And what makes it even worse, she is utterly alone. Spencer has no idea what's happening to her. The Duttons don't even know she exists. There is no one coming to save her. But here's the real question. Will she give up? Alexandra has always been a survivor. Every time she has been knocked down, she has found a way to get back up. But now, with no hope in sight, will she still have the strength to keep fighting? Episode 6 is about to test Alexandra like never before, because this isn't just about survival anymore. This is about the very essence of who she is. If she wants to reach Spencer, if she wants to reclaim her future, she will have to find a way to escape. But how? And at what cost? The next episode is going to take Alexandra to her lowest point. But will this also be the moment she rises stronger than ever? One thing is certain. If she does make it out of this, she will never be the same again. Everything is coming to a head. Every struggle, every battle, every ounce of suffering has been leading to this. Episode 6 is not just another chapter in 1923. It is the moment where everything changes. And for some, there will be no coming back. Alexandra is at her breaking point, trapped with people who see her as nothing more than a vessel for the child she carries. She is starving, desperate, and completely alone. But here's the thing about Alexandra. She has never been the type to stay down for long. The fire inside her is still burning, and in this episode, we may finally see her do what she has never done before, fight back with everything she has. The question is, how? She is weakened, she has no money, no allies, and nowhere to run. But desperation can make people dangerous. And Alexandra, despite her suffering, still has one thing left to fight for: her child. Will she find a way to escape? Or will this be the moment where she loses everything? Meanwhile, in Montana, the Duttons are standing on the edge of war. Banner Creighton is moving fast, assembling an army with Donald Whitfield's wealth behind him. The Duttons have spent the season trying to hold their ground, but in episode 6, they will realize the truth. They are outmatched. For Jacob and Kara, the return of Spencer is their last hope, but will he even make it in time? Or will he return to Montana only to find that his family has already been torn apart? And let's not forget Teonna. She has run far enough. She has lost too much. And in this episode, she will make the decision that will change her life forever. She is done running. Father Renaud is coming for her, but he does not realize that this time, she is ready for him. The upcoming episode is about survival in its rawest form. Everyone is fighting for something: Alexandra for her freedom, Spencer for his family, the Duttons for their land, and Teonna for justice. But here's the most terrifying part. Not all of them will win. 1923 has never been a show about happy endings. It is a show about resilience, about sacrifice, about what it takes to hold on to something when the world is trying to rip it away from you. So as we head into episode 6, one thing is clear. This is not just another episode. This is the moment where the true battle for survival begins. Who will make it out, and who will be left behind? That's it. Your final section is complete. Let me know if you need any tweaks or if you're ready to go. If you made it this far, you're just as hooked on 1923 as we are. Things are only getting more intense from here, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. So, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the latest twists, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss an update. We've got more deep dives, predictions, and exclusive insights coming your way. Let me know in the comments, what do you think will happen in episode 6? Will Alexandra finally escape? Will Spencer make it home in time? Drop your thoughts below and let's talk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.